What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is doing well. Today, we're going to be talking about the Eclipse Helminth ability, specifically Solar Eclipse, and why it needs a buff desperately. Before I start janking on DE, let me give some context real quick. Eclipse is arguably one of the best Helminth abilities in the game, but before the Dante Unbound update, this ability was actually dependent on light level, and due to that not being practical at all, DE actually decided to change this ability to a tap and hold ability. Now instead of standing in the dark for a lunar eclipse buff, you just tap the ability button to get the damage reduction, and instead of standing in the light for the solar eclipse damage buff, you just hold the ability button for the damage bonus. Now that by itself is honestly a really amazing change that I think the game needs to see more of. Except there is a major problem. On top of this amazing ability change, the Helminth version of the ability also got nerfed, and this nerf has completely made Solar Eclipse unusable. So let's go over the nerf in detail. Of course, if you want to see this information for yourself, it will be linked in the description down below. But as you can see right here, Eclipse has been one of the most popular Helminth abilities, so by fixing its unreliability related to light sources and making its buffs guaranteed, a rebalance was in order to compensate. This change does not affect the ability for Mirage, only applied from Helminth. The ability previously had a 150% base, and it was nerfed all the way down to a 30% base, so it can match the diminished effectiveness of Rhino's Roar. Lunar Eclipse has not been changed at all. Like, that's garbage. That's not what anybody wants to see at all. And to make this even worse, on the exact same forum post, they left a note saying, "You may be asking yourself, why choose to subsume Eclipse over Roar?" And their answer to that is literally Roar affects abilities and double dips damage over time. If pure damage is the goal, one would probably choose Roar. Eclipse can switch between defensive and offensive buffs for situational gameplay choices. The idea is that they are equal-ish for weapon damage. My boy, you couldn't even say equal for weapon damage. You had to say equal-ish. I don't know if somebody at DE is gonna watch this video or anything like that if they need to hear this, but like, you do realize that majority of the community not only used Eclipse for the damage reduction, but also for the damage bonus, right? Their literal excuse on nerfing this ability was to bring it in line with Roar so it wouldn't be too good. I seriously don't understand the logic of, yeah, this ability does really well against our enemies that are literally not built strong, so we're going to nerf it. But like, why? Like, literally, why? I don't understand. You're telling me you're going to nerf the ability because the damage it provides on top of its amazing damage reduction is too much for your game to handle. Why not make the enemies we actually face, you know, actually challenging? And not only that, but other Warframes that just used Eclipse for their exalted weapons or just because it was a good ability overall have suffered severely. And I got a perfect example for you. This is my Oberon Prime. As you can see, I have 310% ability strength. Before I even show you my Solar Eclipse damage increase, let me take you back to a couple months ago before this update was out, where I actually made my Oberon King of the Forest build, which included swapping one of his abilities for the Eclipse Helminth ability. I would love it to be known that on this build, I had severely less ability strength compared to what I do right now. And as you can see in the screenshot back then, with only 232% ability strength, my Solar Eclipse damage increase was all the way above 340%, bro. It was 348%, which was so beautiful to see. On top of the damage reduction you got, everybody loved seeing this type of damage bonus from Eclipse too. But you want to see it after the Dante Unbound update? Bro, this shit is unusable, my dude. Who decided that this was a good idea? I need to know. Whoever at DE introduced the idea of, yeah, these abilities and these Warframes are doing so good, let's nerf them because we're not gonna make the game harder. Let's just nerf the actual Warframe and ability to make up for our slack. Like, bro, what? Again, I am still a big fan of the tap and hold change. I think that's a great change. I just can't agree with nerfing damage for no reason. This is the type of shit that I hate to see, and I'm sure a lot of people hate to see. And I know all my Exodia Contagion users out there felt this one because, like, bro, you didn't have to do that. In my personal opinion, I think they should buff the Helminth version of this ability back to what it was before and give it that 150% base damage that everybody loved. Seeing one of my favorite abilities that not only I used all the time in game but made countless other videos on get nerfed into absolute garbage. It just hurts my soul, and I really hate to see it, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that. But who knows, maybe they'll actually buff this ability soon. It's just my opinion at the end of the day, and I've been kind of rambling on for this video, so that's pretty much gonna be it from me. Let me know what you guys think of the Solar Eclipse nerf down below. Before this video ends, real quick, just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for me. With that being said, thanks for watching.